SketchUp is a popular and powerful 3D design tool for professionals and homeowners alike. When using it for kitchen design, it's a powerful tool to visualize and document your potential plans. While there's a lot of information out there about using SketchUp, creating a kitchen requires some specialized skills. But I know, you're wondering what exactly are we going to cover. So we're going to start with this room, make it into this kitchen, and learn lots of tips along the way. So hold on, I'm going to give you a zippy little tour of what's to come. First, we're going to go to the 3D warehouse and find that basic room that I showed you where it's saved for us, download it. I'm going to show you how to make some working scenes so that it's quicker to navigate to the places that we want, and including learning how to use the section plane tool to cut a section through the kitchen or the rest of the house so that we can easily get to the kitchen and not have to keep bumping into darn walls. Next, we're going to move to cabinetry and talk about using the flexibility of scaling SketchUp's groups to just think about how you want your kitchen to be laid out. So you can just make a group the size of a cabinet line and then scale it, think about where you want a U-shape, what size you want your island to be, just to help you visualize your initial layout before you even start thinking about cabinets. Now there's a couple ways to think about cabinets. Some people kind of show you this method to just make a simple cabinet using some basic lines and then using the offset tool to make a basic shaker style. So that's one way to do it, but I'm going to show you how to find the cabinetry in the 3D warehouse that I think is by far superior. So we'll talk about where to find it, how they're organized, and then start learning about all the options that are programmed into each cabinet. So these are called dynamic components. So I'm going to talk about how to get your cabinet right against the wall where you want it to be, and then looking at the options that come with dynamic components. In this base cabinet, you can see that there's lots of different widths that you can order and that you can instantly just change the size of that cabinet. We're going to talk about using the inferences that come with SketchUp to help place and center and do some other things as we move along. And then we're going to again go ahead and look at some more cabinets and just move on and continue to lay out our kitchen. And I'm also going to show you a cool special magic trick that comes with dynamic components, and that is the ability to actually open and close the doors, which sounds kind of useless, but it does help you figure out if doors and handles are going to run into each other. And then we're going to start looking at some basic appliances, where to find things that come in the 3D warehouse and how to search for them. And if you can't find something there, you can actually go to manufacturers' websites, and if you have the Pro version, actually download a 3D CAD model of appliances. And then what to do if they come in with wacky material. I'm going to show you my very favorite extension from the 3D extension warehouse and called Material Replacer. So we'll talk about how to download that and how to use it. And the beauty of the Material Replacer extension is that instead of having to click through groups to change materials, you can just change everything with the click of a button. But what if you have a super particular door style and a super particular client? I'm going to show you how to actually use SketchUp to, first of all, just trace over the profile that we got from the manufacturer. Here I'm just using the arc tool and the line tool to do that. And then when I'm done, I'm going to erase the edges, make that into a group, and then use a very powerful tool called the Follow Me tool to extrude this profile all along the storefront. Well, look at that. So unfortunately, if you started scaling this, you're going to mess up the widths of the rails and the style, so I'm going to show you some tricks so that doesn't happen. And then we're just going to make a couple of them. I'm going to make a basic box to put this on and bring that over. Voila. Then we're going to talk about countertops and sinks. I'm going to show you some quick ways to quickly make your own countertops. And we're going to talk about countertop materials, some tips and tricks for applying materials and how to rotate them. I'm going to make this into a group, and I'm going to show you some tips again to get it right exactly where you want it to be the first time, by being very conscious of endpoints and using the X-ray mode to scale things when you can't actually see them. Then we're going to make a copy of this countertop, rotate it, scale it to fit over here. Then we're going to talk about sinks. So you know there's those sinks that just you can still see the countertop through. I'm going to show you some super cool dynamic sinks that cut their own holes. and if there's a sink that you need to use, how to use the intersect with model tool to quickly cut the correct size hole for you so that you can place any sink that you want in your model. Next, I'm going to show you how to find the vast color collection that comes in the 3D warehouse and how to download them. And then I also want to show you when something has way too complicated, it's way too many faces, how to use a great extension called Skimp to simplify it and make it much smaller to work in your model. Then we're going to look at how to create a backsplash, including use the tape measure tool to measure off the space. I'm going to hide the other things just to make it easier, and then just make some rectangles snap to my tape line tools. We're going to take a look at how to finding some materials in the material browser, and when you import a tile that's not the right size, how to use the material editing tool to scale them appropriately. Next, we're going to look at how to customize those cabinets. We're going to put glass door fronts in them. Pretty slick. Next, we're going to look at adding some crown molding detailing to the top of the cabinets. I'm going to show you how to find some crown molding profile in the 3D warehouse, and then show you a little trick that makes it easier than trying to do it in the model by just moving a template off to the side and then using the follow me tool to extrude the molding around the shape of the cabinets. Next, we're going to start working on our kitchen island. We're going to make a countertop for it, and we're going to use the arc tool to make a nice arched countertop. We're going to use the follow me tool to curve the edges and not make them so razor sharp. And I'm going to show you a secret use of the eraser tool to soften those edges up. Then we're going to go back and just make a basic cube, because all we're going to see of the island is the back. I'm going to kick out a toe kick on this side. And I don't need the cabinets because we're at client aren't going to see them, but I am going to show you how to make a shaker detail on the end. Save that as a group, copy it over so we have some detailing on the back side, and use the array tool to make 4 of them, and then scale all of them together to fit the cabinet. Next, I'm going to show you one of the hidden gems in the 3D warehouse, and that's the paint from Sherwin-Williams. We can try that on. I'm also going to show you some tips for quickly looking for bar stools and not having to rummage through thousands of them to find one you like. I'm also going to show you how to array them. And then we're going to go back to the 3D warehouse and find some nice entourage to finish up our kitchen. Next, we're going to look at dimensions. We're not going to learn how to use SketchUp's layout program to make construction documents in this course. However, I will be showing you how to use the tape measure tool that comes with SketchUp, and just how to create some basic dimensions and callouts using SketchUp's tools. Then I'm going to show you how to use the shadow settings to add some more dimension to your model, and then also show you how to use SketchUp styles and create your own to make SketchUp look, well, less SketchUp-y and just a little more artistic. Phew! Anyway, I hope you see that this course is packed with great information about how to use SketchUp for kitchen design, something that I use it for every day. I hope that you'll join me in my course, SketchUp for Kitchen Design. Thanks.